Hi friends, I'm coming to you from Poland this time. Something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but it kind of been slipping away. There's been other stuff I was doing. So I'm kind of late to the party, but today we're going to be talking about the journey. I've had it for a longer time. I took it to Korea when I was working there with Jason and bowling with Korean people. And it was great. I've been using it a lot in the tournaments, but I've never really shared with you what I really think about it. There's a couple of issues we're going to face today, okay? I'm in my home bowling center when I grew up, and the lanes are not too great. We don't really have an oiling pattern. There's only one that we constantly have, and it kind of depends on the day. But one thing I did, I put those two bows in the same surface so we can kind of see how it rolls. I hope you're gonna more depend on what I'm gonna say about the bow than see it, because I really don't know what's gonna be happening on the lanes. But before so, I wanna talk to you a little bit about how I put in my grips, because I use vacuum. Don't look at it because it's sticking out, so I have to cut it. But I want to show you that I'm using vacuum, and the reason why I'm doing so is because I swell up a lot when I travel. So having a vacuum really helps me to be able to fit that finger in the hole, even though it's a bit swollen. I want to show you how I'm putting it in. So I always cut the grips. They're normally longer like that. I always cut them because I don't drill every hole as deep as I should, because I'm trying to retain some top weight. For those who know, they know. So it's already pre-cut. And I'm not using the lid. I'm using the very smooth part. I don't even use this grit inside. I feel like sometimes it's burning me. However, I use it for many years. So I would put it inside like that. And because I have a vacuum, I should be, okay, gluing it in the bottom, but I don't. I glue it on the top. And I only glue the front of the ball here and the side. So that way, if my fingers get bigger, it can spread this way, okay? This is not a tutorial, okay? The pro shop operators, please don't watch it because you're not gonna really like what you see. So then I take a glue. I usually test it on my hand because I don't really care. Okay, it's coming out. So I can put in some. Okay, I put it in and I hold it for a little bit. So now we have the glue in the front part of the grip right here. That's what I do, okay? Not the tutorial. And then I put the glue on the side. I have nails, so it's a bit easier for me, but you can also take a screwdriver, which is probably what you should be doing, and then put it away and then put a little bit of glue in there, okay? So once I put the glue, sometimes the glues are bonding really fast. I'm using some very cheap glue I found in my parents' basement, but I will have to hold it a little bit in place to make sure it dries out. And once it does, I'm good to go, almost, because as you can see, they are sticking out a lot. It's because I have a lot of reverse in my fingers. I even went all the way to 3/4 reverse in that finger because I was really burning. And now it feels good, but that's why I have to cut it. And I cannot shovel it inside and glue it here because I have a vacuum. I would take this scissors and I would try to cut it like this. I don't recommend it. I'm telling you, it's not a tutorial. Daria is just showing you how she freestyles when she has no choice. And if you ever have to freestyle yourself, you can try the same thing. So you see, it's not sticking out anymore, but it's very sharp. So normally you would want to use some acetone to smooth it out, because the acetone, it eats through the rubber and it makes it smoother. I don't think eats through it is the right term, but you know what I mean, okay? And we're going to do the same thing on this finger. I'm going to go around. And there's one thing that I'm very particular about. I cannot have the front of the grip being cut, because then I seal it and then it bothers me. So here I would normally go with acetone and smooth it out. That's something I'm going to do this evening when I'm in my parents' garage. And I'm going to be preparing all the balls. But for today, that must do. It's time for me to throw the journey. I'm going to be comparing it to the Phaze II. Looking at the numbers, we know that it's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more. RG is higher, and so is the differential comparing to that one. This is a Pro, Phaze II is a Solid. It's going to give me a bit more length. So let's see how that rolls for me. Wow, that was very nice. So I've been using that ball a lot, and I already have a very strong opinion of what I think about it. What I'm bowling on right here, it's not great, guys. It's not really a sport pattern. It's not really a house pattern. But I think you can kind of see how it rolls. So I would compare it very much so to the Phaze II that we all know. But this one, longer, a bit more down lane. That one is a bit earlier, so I'm going to throw this one and I'm going to move 2 to the left. Okay, so if you are able to see, maybe you're not, but I will tell you, it's earlier, a bit more. It seems like it's just grabbing that lane. So I think that the Phaze II and the Journey really complement each other really well. Or if sometimes you find this ball to be too strong where you're bowling because there's not enough oil for that, Journey should be just the first ball out of your bag. Okay, so one thing that you probably noticed, we have string pins here. We had to do it for the bowling center to survive. And any of my thoughts about string pins, you can find my Patreon, but that's not the video about that. The ball, I don't know if that was something that Jason really wanted to create, but he did. This ball is really well responsive to changes of axis. So if I want to go more roll it does it, you know? If I want to go more around it has more in the back. It's not the ball that is going to surprise you. One time you're going to go too long, and one time you're just going to hook. It's really good with working with your hand. Okay, we know we have string pins, right? But Jason, this ball is Daria approved. I love this, and I think it's my favorite ball that I have ever created. And guys, this ball is not just for two-handers. I've been using it a lot. I really like it, and I really recommend it.